bag. Mini GT bag. Mini GT bag with mini GTs in it. You'll never believe what they are. Let me show you. Now that the contents of the bag have been removed and readied, it is time to get into the 2025 Top 10 Mini GTs. Again, this is my list, of course. We do have a couple caveats, just the same as the last 2 years. This list does not include any event models. So nothing like that. It doesn't include any OEM, special project. This is just mainline releases from Mini GT. However, it does and can, well, not that it does, but it can include regional exclusives, which I think the only ones that we really got in 2025 were Japan exclusives, technically, with the Super GT line, and then there was a few D1 drift cars that were released as technically Japan exclusives. Those can be on this list. So, yeah, no event models, nothing like that, just mainline releases. If I counted correctly, we had about 162 regular mainline Mini GT releases in 2025, which is pretty insane. I think I bought somewhere between 90 and 95% of them, which, when you think about it, is a pretty absurd amount of money. And that was just for Mini GT. Anyways, I want to jump into it with, I want to show you guys the last 2 years of my top 10s. I have a couple photos prepared. So this was last year's, 2024's. And this was my top 10 list. Obviously, the Rexy Porsche being my number one. Loved it. Still do. Hype for me has died down a little bit, but I still love it. Very happy with last year's top 10 list. I feel like it still fits. And I also have 2023's top 10 list, which was the first year of this YouTube channel. And there it is. Verde Citria Lamborghini STO. That thing is still beautiful to this day. Up Garage NSX. Tons of bangers on that one. So, yeah, I definitely can see how my taste has changed a little bit from 2023. You guys will see a very common theme in this year's top 10 list. But I want to start off with my most disappointing models of 2025. This probably won't be a big surprise. Here they are right here. Both from IMSA, surprisingly, which is actually kind of unfortunate. But Cadillac V-Series R, this one was supposed to be more of a metallic gold, definitely darker and more gold in color. This one that they released is more of like a dandelion yellow, kind of like a dull yellow. Just the color was way off. A lot of people were excited for this color, including me, and it just did not live up to what it should have been. Same goes for this pink one right here, although I think the pink one was just slightly more accurate. But yeah, this should have been like a metallic gold color, not dark yellow. Anyways, there's that one. And then also this one was also pretty disappointing for me. Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo 2, the Iron Lynx one, the green Iron Lynx one. They completely got the color wrong on this one as well. This is supposed to be a darker matte green, and it is like this weird, like light glossy, which it's also really funny. I have the 143 version that they made of it, and they got the color correct on that one. Also, big letdown that there was no tire printing. So, yeah, I definitely feel like that's enough criteria to make these pretty disappointing for 2024. It's not often that Mini GT fumbles, but they did on these two for sure. And I don't think there's many people out there that would disagree with me on that. All right, I have a few honorable mentions, and when I say a few, I mean 6 honorable mentions this year. I'm just going to blast through them. Mercedes Maybach, this was Mini GT number 962. Gold and dark red, beautiful paint on this one. It was really nice. The only thing that set it back was that there's just other models that I like more. That's really all there is to it. No particular reason except they just didn't make the list. So there's that Maybach. Loved the two-tone paint on that one. It was great. Next up, this metallic silver Lotus Esprit. This was number 1109. Very nice casting. Very nice indeed. The BBS wheels, really nice paint. Casting was very well done. It just barely did not cut it. So there's that. Bugatti Mistral, W16 Mistral, 1058 in black. This one was gorgeous, really nice interior detailing. Love to see that from Mini GT. The only reason, honestly, the reason that this one did not make the list is because every time I see that W16, I just think to myself, man, when is the Bugatti Bolide coming out? And if I look at that and I'm thinking about a different model, probably isn't top 10 worthy. Next up, I actually really thought this one would make the list, but it just didn't. Mercedes-Benz 190E Evo 2 in Astral Silver. This one just came out not too long ago. In fact, we just did a review on it a few days ago. Very nice casting, super nice. If you don't have any of the old ones, I definitely recommend picking this up. Next up, I have two more for you. The weathered version of the 1995 Le Mans McLaren F1 GTR, of course, in that iconic Winnow Clinic. Very well done. We don't get weathered cars like this a lot from Mini GT, and I think that's part of the reason why it just didn't make the top 10. I really like it. It's very unique, but it doesn't really match anything else in my collection because nobody really does these weathered cars. I'm sure if Mini GT started doing like if they did a box set with a bunch of other 1995 Le Mans cars that were weathered like this would probably have a lot more. It would have a lot more. I don't know. It wouldn't be that more special to me, but it would feel more complete to have like a nice little set from like the same event. Anyways, last one right here. BMW M3 M Performance Touring in Daytona Violet. This is Mini GT number 896. The paint on this one was absolutely beautiful. This is by far the best color of the BMW M3 Touring, in my opinion. Just beautiful. Love this one. So yeah, those are the 6 honorable mentions for this year's list. I know that's kind of a lot of honorable mentions, and I'll just give you a little hint. There's going to be another big honorable mention later. But anyways, let me get these moved, and we will actually jump into the list. Why not? It's ready to go. I have them all sitting right next to me here. All right. Number 10, a new casting for this year. In fact, a lot of this year's top 10 cars are new castings. McLaren 720S GT3 Evo from the 2024 IMSA Daytona 24 Hours. Of course, this is the FAF Motorsport. This is Mini GT number 984. And this car is really cool. I think they did an awesome job with this casting. They started off with tire printing right off the bat. Really nice tire printing as well. And it was just really well done. The livery was awesome. Of course, FAF Motorsports is super cool. I always love their plaid designs that they have. And just the color combo with the McLaren orange and the blue accents and then the gray and black plaid. This one just really caught my eye. And ever since it came in, it's just one of those that I have just not been able to stop looking at. It is just awesome. And I think well deserving to be on this list. So that is number 10. I will put number 10 over here. All right, number 9. This was a car that came to us, I believe, mainly because of the James Bond line. It is the Ford Mustang Mach 1, the 1971 version in race red. Just absolutely amazing. This Mini GT number 1122, and it was just super well done. Just amazing. The tire printing, the BF Goodrich tire printing, the wheels are amazing. It's got nice weight to it. The paint was awesome. I love the black lines accenting. They got really nice detail in the headlights and taillights, of course, as Mini GT typically does. Chrome bumpers. Just a super cool car. And I don't know, I've been kind of itching to get some nice like classic American muscle cars, and Mini GT delivered with this one. And I'm really excited to see what more they do. I'm sure they'll do a nice handful of colors for this casting. Let's not drop it now. And yeah, I loved it. I haven't been able to stop looking at it, as most of these has been the case. I haven't been able to stop looking at it ever since it released. So it is a very nice one. Number 9 on the list goes to that one. Number 8, another car that I think came to us. Well, I'm sure some of these cars would have come without the James Bond line, but another car that the James Bond line influenced, and it is the Aston Martin DB5 in Sierra Blue. Mini GT number 954. The paint on this one was absolutely gorgeous. I loved it a lot, and they packed a lot of really cool detail into this car. All the detail in the front, the headlights, and then the Super Leggera badges on the side right there, just so cool. The wheels were really nicely done, those like mesh spoke wheels. Just fantastic, fantastic model. I will be collecting all colors of this one for sure. Very, very nice. So that is number 8 on the list. Number 7, one that kind of surprised me. It is the Nissan Skyline GTR R32 Veilside Combat C1, I believe. Combat Gray. This is $971. And this one came out, I think, pretty early on in the year. And it was a casting that I just really, really enjoyed, which surprised me because I'm typically not the biggest JDM fan. I like a lot of JDM stuff, but as far as making it to the top 10, it surprised me, but I'm very happy with this choice. I liked this body kit from Veilside a lot on the R32. They released the Supra alongside of it. Do not like the Supra casting. I think the Supra body kit looks really weird, but the R32 just works. It just looks really good. Mini GT has fixed a lot of the detail from the old R32, like the oversized headlights, and they've made the casting better. And this one was just amazing, and I really loved the paint on this one. The paint on this particular one is beautiful. We've gotten a few versions of this one, but this is by far my favorite. And I love the chrome wheels on it. Those chrome 5 spokes are just so nice with that gray paint. So yeah, really like this one. This one is, what is this? 10987, number 7 on the list. All right, let's move on to number 6. Another one with a really good paint. Another one that was inspired by the James Bond line. Jaguar CX-75 in blue. We got, I think, pretty much all the colors that they are going to do for this casting this year. This is Mini GT number 884. But yeah, like I said, we've gotten pretty much all the colors I think they will do for this one. I don't think there's any more that they're going to do. There's none on pre-order. All of them were very, very nice. But this one is just definitely my favorite. The paint on it is just amazing. It doesn't show up 100% right on camera. It's got like a little bit more of a... I don't even know how to explain it. It's a little bit lighter in person. But, oh, it just looks so good. And this casting was phenomenal. It's got tons of carbon fiber all around the windows, the vents, around this back glass. It is just so beautiful. These front vents at the front are carbon fiber as well. The wheels are like a really interesting, like a bluish gray metallic. You got the logos in the center. They did separate badges for this one, which typically I don't like, but they did a really good job with all the ones that I got. So that round Jaguar badge in the front grille, and then also the Jaguar on the back, on this little back wing. Everything about it was just phenomenal. Engine cover in there is carbon fiber with the Jaguar letter. It is just a phenomenal casting, and this is my favorite color of it. Of all the ones that have been released, even the full carbon fiber one, this is my favorite color. It is beautiful in person. If you don't have this one, I implore you to pick it up. You will not regret it. So yeah, that is number 6 on the list. Jaguar CX-75 in blue. Very nice. Moving on, we're in the top half now. Number 5. A model that I did not think I was going to like very much. In fact, I almost did not buy it. But when it came in and I did the review on it, it blew me away, and it absolutely deserves to have a spot on this list. It is the Buenos Roadster V Special. Little Mazda Miata. This is Mini GT number 838. Very nice. It's in this really nice dark green glossy paint, which is beautiful on its own. But it's also just a super cute car. I love the MX-5 Miata. And it's more of a, I believe Buenos, some of you guys explained it during the video. I forgot to go back and look. But I believe this is just like a Japanese spec of it, or just sold under Buenos, I think, which might be a more luxury focused version of Mazda, but it is amazing. Look at that interior. I've been saying it all year. I really think Mini GT needs to do better interiors, even on cars that are not convertibles. Even on closed top cars, add a splash of color to the interior. The seats, door panels, whatever it is, add some detail in there. This one has a really nice like a beige tan color on the interior, of course, the seats, and then everything around it. And then it's got that brown steering wheel. And then I think that might be pretty much it. But even just that little splash of color in there seriously made this model one of my favorites of the year. And aside from that, all the rest of the detail on it was really nice. The wheels were really cool. Love the taillights on it too. They've got like some nice texture on them. It was just a really nicely done one. It was really cute, and then the detail on like the interior and how nice it looked with the dark green and the tan interior, it was just a no-brainer to me. This was one of the models that I just could not stop thinking about and looking at all year.
as were all of these, but this one especially. So there we go. Buenos Roadster V Special in the number 5 slot. Moving on to number 4, another Mazda, surprisingly. This one from RE Amemiya. This was the Mazda RX-7 FD3S Itsuyokai Reiguki with RE Amemiya. Hopefully I pronounced all that right. Probably not. This is Mini GT number 996. And this one, again, was one that I wasn't all that excited for, but the detail on it just blew me away. So this one has this really nice, like pearlescent white paint. It's kind of like a, I guess pearlescent white would be like the best way to put it. But it's got really nice, like white and blue flake in the paint. It's a little bit hard to see on camera. Even if we do zoom in, it's a little bit hard to see on camera, but it is an incredible paint. Just that alone is awesome. But then Mini GT did a good job with this casting. I'm not the biggest RE Amemiya fan. I do love RX-7s. RX-7s are awesome. But the wheels on this one were awesome. They're kind of like a very... It's like a dark gray, but it has like a slight blue tinge to it. Kind of similar to how they did this, but obviously not as blue as the Jaguar wheels. So very nice wheels, and then tons of really nice carbon fiber. So this panel on the side, carbon fiber, and then the whole side skirt, and then the whole front splitter, and these little canards on the side, all carbon. The vents above the wheels, and then all this venting in the hood. Even these little, even the actual, little vents in here, all done in carbon fiber. Super cool. The rear wing was carbon fiber. And then this whole back section where the taillights are is carbon fiber as well. Just really nice detail, especially with the carbon. And then there's something about the pearlescent white paint with the blue accents in all the logos that just really sold me on it. They're it's like blue lettering with like gray outlining around it. And it just looks so good. And then another thing I really liked was the little logos on the headlight lenses was really cool to me. And the headlights were really well done. Black housing, silver bulbs, and then, of course, some white paint up at the front. Just really, really nice. And then another thing that I really liked about it was the license plate detail. I'll zoom in so we can see it a little better. It's got like an actual license plate, and it's got like really nice detail on it. Even the license plate frame, it has the RE Amemiya stuff on the bottom, and the license plate frame is carbon fiber. Like, that is insane. It's kind of wild to me that they'll put this much effort into what just seems to be just kind of like your run-of-the-mill RE Amemiya RX-7. But when you look closer at it, they really did put a lot of effort into this one. And that's why this one's at the number 4 spot. I also love this rotor on the back window. Super cool. I just love the theme of it. Amazing paint, amazing carbon fiber, and just really nice little details like that license plate. So that is the number 4 model. And I guess we're in the top 3 now. Pretty exciting. Number 3, a model that I seriously have not been able to take my eyes off. It's been on my desk for, I've pulled it out and had it on my desk more than a few times. This one right here, the Bentley Flying Spur in white sand verdant. This is Mini GT number 867. And this car was absolutely beautiful. This was actually part of the reason that, this Maybach did not make the list. I really like these two-tone luxury cars, but oh my god, this Bentley is so good. And this is not a new casting. The Flying Spur's been around for quite some time. In fact, I think since like the 300s. But this paint combo is just stunning. It's just such a nicely done casting, and I love it. The green paint is beautiful. It's kind of like an emerald green metallic. Actually, no, it's a little bit darker than like an emerald green. It's like a mix between a forest green and an emerald green. The flake in it is absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, you have that white sand color on the top, which is also metal flake. It's kind of like a champagne color, and it just looks so good. It's just amazing with the green. Such a good color combo. And then all the rest of the details on it are just phenomenal. Separate Bentley badge at the front, which is a little crooked on mine, so that's not great. I would have preferred that printed. Also a separate badge on the back, but man, it's just so good. But this is one of those cars that I will be honest would benefit from some interior color. But aside from that, this is just perfection. I absolutely love it. And I'm a big Bentley fan now. I really like Bentley. So that is number 3. We'll jump straight into number 2. BMW Z8, the Alpina version in Alpine Blue. This is number 1082. This is actually a pretty recent release. Side note, BMW went and changed their licensing sticker. I don't know why. The old one was better. I mentioned that. I've been mentioning that in reviews. But anyways, this casting, another one that was came because of the James Bond line. And it is just so good. Again, just like this Buenos back here, the interior detail on this one is what makes it so good. Could you imagine if this one would have just had a black interior? It would not have been on my top 10. It really wouldn't have. Even though the casting itself is great, even with a phenomenal paint, great wheels, all the details you would want, without this colored interior, this would just not be that great of a model. It really wouldn't be. And the interior. I will not be able to stop talking about the interior until we move on because it is just so good. Tan with that same blue color on the seats. Really nice detail on the steering wheel. BMW in the center, and then it's got the actual like silver spokes, which is accurate. Oh, it's just so good. You got some silver dials. The only thing I wish they would have added was in the center right there. In the center of the dashboard is where all the gauges and stuff are, like the speedometer, odometer, all that kind of stuff. I wish they would have had those details there. But aside from that, it's just amazing. They even painted the door handles silver in the door cards. So good. Just amazing. The blue around the shifter down there, it is just, it is a perfect model. It really is. Like there's very little, there's like the center console detail right there. And then disc brakes would be the only two things I could think that they could do to make this better. It is near perfect, which is what the top 10 list should be, in my opinion. So very cool. They even did a rear view mirror with some silver paint in it, which is not something we see very often from Mini GT. So amazing. And the paint, phenomenal. Of course, this is an Alpina version. I love Alpina. I think Alpina is so cool. I actually think BMW recently acquired Alpina. But yeah, the Alpina wheels are just absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, there's not space in between the spokes, which I think is acceptable at this scale and price point. But everything is just so nice. The vent on the side with the BMW logo. The 2 exhaust tips coming out the bottom right there. It is just beautiful. It is so good. Incredible. It really is. Incredible. Headlight detail's awesome with the little bulbs in there. It is just so good. So yeah, this is the number 2 model for sure. And before we get into the number 1 spot, I'm going to have to move these up just a little bit. Move the camera down, and Rexy's going to have to move. Honorable mention for the year 2025, which I feel like it's kind of cheating, but I don't care because this is my list. The whole entire James Bond set. Absolutely phenomenal. And the funny thing is, these cars have actually, it's actually motivated me to watch the James Bond movies. I had never seen any of them before. I think I've seen about 10 of them now. I'm working my way through slowly. These cars and models were absolutely incredible. This Lotus Esprit Turbo wasn't super accurate. It should have had dark red interior with like gray spokes, like dark gray spokes, but just everything from this was just incredible. And as I have been saying throughout the video, it has inspired so many great castings for Mini GT. The BMW Z8, the Jaguar CX-75, the Aston Martin DB5, and the Ford Mustang Mach-1 from numbers 2 through 10. All of those are here because of this James Bond series. It is such a significant thing for Mini GT to do. And I think this James Bond set is one of the most important collaborations they could have ever done. And not only that, but the castings are really well done. This Z8 from the movie, with the rockets on the side, the soft top, just amazing. This, I believe, was the first release that we got from the James Bond. It was the DB5 with all of the gadgets extended. So this little plate back here was so like they couldn't shoot through the back windows. It's just, oh my gosh, it's just absolutely amazing. They did such an incredible job with these. Seriously, they did. If you don't have any of these, I would definitely recommend picking some up. Maybe not all of them, but definitely pick some up. They are very, very cool. Aston Martin DBS, very, very nice. Such a great paint on that one as well. All of them are just phenomenal. BMW 750 IL. Oh, they were just so good. I cannot tell you guys enough how much I have loved this series. And when they first announced it and first started releasing them, I thought it was cool, but I wasn't that excited for them. But now that I'm kind of into James Bond more, and I have seen how it has impacted Mini GT's lineup and their offerings, it is, like I said, it is seriously the most important thing that I think they could have done and partnered with. CX-75 orange, absolutely beautiful. I do like the blue one more. Obviously, it's in the top 10. Well, I mean, I honestly, I could have done a whole top 10 with just James Bond. And then, of course, this last DB5. Just absolutely incredible. James Bond line has been something that I will collect every single James Bond car now. I love them. I think, like I keep saying the same thing, but it is, I think, one of the most important things Mini GT could have ever done. So, huge honorable mention to that. I know that's kind of cheating because, okay, this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to move the James Bond stuff, like, completely out of the way. Okay, there we go. Yeah. James Bond, honorable mention. Like I said, I know it's kind of cheating, but this is my list, and when I picked all these models and saw how many cars and castings were here, because of James Bond, it really just made me realize that I have to include the James Bond lineup in this year's top 10 somehow. So it's my honorable mention, like my main honorable mention with this whole list. It kind of falls in between the number 2 and number 1 spot. Just call it number 2.5 or 1.5, I guess. So the whole James Bond line is absolutely in the top 10, but I also wanted to do like my 10 favorite models of the year. All right, let's get into number 1. Enough waffling. I think you guys get the point. This is my number 1. It really is. Again, another car that is, I would say, heavily in here because of the James Bond line. And it is the Aston Martin DBS, the 007 edition. I did like this one a little bit more than the one that actually came from James Bond, but both of them were absolutely incredible. But I fell in love with the paint for this casting. This is Mini GT number 1008. The paint on this is gorgeous. And I know a lot would argue that the paint's not to scale and it doesn't look good. I don't care. It is absolutely stunning. It is so good. And the casting itself and all the detail that they presented with this casting was honestly really, really nice too. I think the only thing that I would change on this casting is just add brake discs, like brake details in there, because there is some pretty big gaps between the spokes, but I digress. It is just so good. Really nice wheels. DBS badges on the side right there. Super Leggera badges on the hood, which is the same ones that you have on the DB5. So that was really cool. And it's just phenomenal. Headlights were really well done. Nice clear acrylic with really cool bulb detailing in there. Front grille looks amazing. Carbon fiber front lip. The vents on the hood look really nice as well. They've got like a print inside the vent for like the mesh detailing. The whole carbon fiber panel that runs from where the wing mirror is all the way to the back right here. Really, really nice. It is just beautiful. It is so beautiful. Again, this would have been a cool one to have some interior color on. I think every Mini GT would. But yeah, this is it. This is the number 1. Aston Martin text on the back looks really nice. Lots of good carbon fiber back here. Little spoiler on top is carbon fiber. And then this panel back here. And then also the rear diffuser on the bottom. All carbon fiber. Taillights, clear acrylic. They look really cool. This is peak Mini GT right here. Beautiful car in general, and scaled down to in diecast with Mini GT behind the wheel. It is seriously just perfection. I love it. I think this may go down as one of my favorite models of all time. It's that good. I love it. I don't really know what else to say. I feel like everything on this list just kind of speaks for itself. So yeah, that is the top 10 list. I do want to hear from you guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of my list. And I also would like to hear what some of your guys' favorite mini DTs of the year were as well. I'm very curious about that. But yeah, I was going to say something else, but I forgot. Oh, I was going to kind of mention that. It's very funny how my taste has changed kind of throughout the last couple years. I still agree with my top 10 list from the past couple years, as I said in the beginning of the video. But as you can see, there's a lot of European cars in this top 10 list. In fact, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 European cars. And then a few JDM. And 1 American car. I really like European cars now. I used to just be like mainly a supercar guy, and then I started really liking race cars, and then I got my BMW in real life, and it just kind of it really did kind of change the taste I have in cars. I just love older cars especially, but European cars are just beautiful. Old, new, it doesn't matter. They're typically always pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm very happy with this list. I think every single model here is a must-have. For me anyways. Obviously, some of you guys, nobody has the same taste, so some of you guys probably won't agree with my list or my takes on some of the stuff, which is totally fine. But yeah, I think this is it. In fact, I know this is it. The video's done now, so no going back. But yeah, like I said, really looking forward to hear from you guys what you have to think. And 2026 is going to be a great year for Mini GT, I think. There's going to be, I think 2026's list will be even harder than this year's. And I think it will continue to get harder to choose a top 10 every single year because Mini GT puts out fire. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. There's a list. I'll catch you in the next one.